Our wedding planner made our day perfect. Then I learned she was sleeping with my fiancé. The words still echo in my head, a cruel refrain that turned my dream wedding into a waking nightmare. I'm Lily, a third-grade teacher in Los Angeles, where the sun always seems to shine brighter than my problems. Until it didn't. Ryan was my everything. The guy who'd leave post-it notes with silly doodles on my fridge, who'd stay up late debating whether pineapple belongs on pizza, who proposed on a Santa Monica Ferris wheel with the ocean sparkling below us. 3 years together, 1 year engaged, and our June wedding was supposed to be the fairy tale I'd always wanted. Tara, our wedding planner, was the one bringing it to life. She was a vision of competence, with her sleek blazers and knack for turning my scattered ideas into a Pinterest-perfect ceremony. I thought she was my ally. I was wrong. It was 4 days before the wedding when the truth hit me like a freight train. I was in Tara's Venice Beach office, a chic space with exposed brick and vases of peonies that screamed sophistication. We were finalizing the seating chart. Ryan's aunt couldn't be near his cousin's ex, that kind of thing, when my phone died. I needed Ryan's parents' flight details, so Tara, all smiles, handed me her laptop. "Take your time, Lily," she said, her voice smooth as she stepped out to take a call. I opened the browser to check my email, but hers was still logged in. I was about to sign out when a subject line stopped me cold. "Can't stop thinking about you." It was from Ryan. My Ryan. My heart thudded as I clicked, telling myself it was a mistake, maybe a client with the same name. But the email was unmistakable. "Tara, last night was unreal. You're all I think about. We have to be careful, but I don't want to stop." My breath caught. There were more. Dozens of emails, stretching back 6 months. Hotel bookings at the Chateau Marmont, late-night texts about needing each other, plans to figure things out after the wedding. Each word was a knife, carving away the life I thought I had. I sat there, frozen, Tara's voice drifting from the hallway as she laughed with a vendor. My hands shook as I forwarded the emails to myself, my mind screaming that this couldn't be real. Ryan, who'd spent last weekend painting our guest room, who'd cried when I said yes to his proposal, this Ryan was meeting Tara in hotel rooms? And Tara, who'd spent months helping me pick linens and taste cakes, was betraying me with every smile? I logged out, closed the laptop, and somehow got through the rest of the meeting, nodding at Tara's suggestions about escort cards while my world crumbled. When I left, I drove aimlessly, the emails burning in my mind. I pulled over near the beach, the sound of waves doing nothing to calm the storm inside me. I read the emails again, each one worse than the last. A receipt for a $600 dinner at Nobu. A message about a gift Ryan bought her. A necklace he wrote because it matched her eyes. I didn't own a single piece of jewelry that expensive. That night, Ryan came home late, his tie loosened, his smile easy. "Hey babe, how'd it go with Tara?" he asked, kissing my cheek before grabbing a beer from the fridge. I watched him, searching for a crack in his facade. A guilty glance, a nervous tick. Nothing. He was the same Ryan, charming, warm, the man I'd planned to spend my life with. I didn't confront him. Not yet. The wedding was in 4 days. Deposits were paid and 200 guests were expecting a celebration. Canceling would mean explaining, facing the pity, the questions. I wasn't ready for that. Instead, I started watching him. His phone, always face down now. The way he'd close his laptop when I entered the room. The late meetings he never used to have. I checked our credit card statements, something I hadn't done since we'd split bill duties years ago. There they were. Charges for hotels, restaurants, a $700 purchase at a jewelry store. I didn't own anything that cost $700. My stomach churned as I pictured Tara wearing a necklace Ryan chose for her, not me. I couldn't confront Tara yet either. I needed to understand why. Why would she plan my wedding, spend hours with me, laugh with me, all while sleeping with my fiancé? It felt personal, deliberate, like a puzzle I was missing a piece to. I started digging into her. Tara's website was a masterpiece. Glowing reviews, photos of smiling couples, testimonials about her magic touch. Her Instagram was a curated dream. Candlelit receptions, brides in lace, Tara always in the background, clipboard in hand, radiant. But something nagged at me. At our first meeting, she'd asked about my family, my parents, my brother, even my late sister, Claire, who'd died in a hiking accident 7 years ago. I'd thought she was just building. Mom paused, thinking. Tara. Maybe Tara Mitchell? She was friends with Claire in high school, but they had a falling out. I think she moved away after graduation. Why, honey? I didn't tell her about the emails, just asked more about Tara. Mom remembered a fight, something about Claire getting into UCLA while Tara didn't. Claire said Tara was jealous, spread some rumors. It was messy, but that was years ago. I hung up, my pulse racing. Tara Mitchell. Tara's business card said Tara Evans, but a quick LinkedIn search showed she'd used her maiden name, Mitchell, until her marriage ended 3 years ago. It was her. I pulled out Claire's old yearbooks, stored in a box in our garage. There they were, Claire and Tara, arms around each other at prom, grinning in cheerleader uniforms, inseparable until their senior year. I found Claire's old blog, one she'd kept for college applications. A post from that year mentioned a friend who'd betrayed her, spreading lies about Claire cheating on her SATs, nearly costing her a scholarship. Claire didn't name her, but the timing lined up with Tara's grudge. Had Tara blamed our family for her own failures? Was this her revenge, a decade later, ruining my wedding to hurt us? I spent the next 2 days playing the part of the excited bride while investigating. I called Jess, one of Claire's old friends, who confirmed the feud. Tara was obsessed with outdoing Claire, Jess said. When Claire got into UCLA, Tara lost it. She started rumors, said Claire's family bought her way in. It got ugly. After Claire's accident, Tara didn't even come to the memorial. Jess didn't know why Tara would target me now, but she warned me. She's vindictive, Lily. If she's in your life, watch your back. The wedding was 2 days away. I hadn't slept, my eyes puffy from crying in the bathroom at 3 a.m. Ryan noticed, asked if I was stressed about the big day, his hand on mine like nothing was wrong. I wanted to scream, to throw the emails in his face, but I needed more. I needed to know Tara's endgame. Was she just sleeping with Ryan to hurt me, or was there more? I went back to her office, pretending to check on the cake order. Tara was her usual self, all smiles, showing me photos of the floral arches. I played along, but I watched her closely. Her desk had a framed photo of her and a man I didn't recognize, but something about it felt staged, like a prop. I asked casually, Tara, you ever think about high school? You grew up around here, right? Her smile tightened, just for a second. Oh, ages ago. I don't keep up with anyone from back then. She changed the subject, but I saw it. A flicker of unease. I left, more certain than ever that this, I know about you and Ryan, I said, tossing the emails on her desk. I have proof. Why, Tara? Why plan my wedding while sleeping with my fiancé? She didn't flinch, just sat down, her eyes meeting mine. Lily, I'm so sorry you found out this way. Ryan pursued me. It started months ago at a venue scouting. He said he wasn't sure about marrying you, that he felt trapped. I didn't mean for it to happen. Her story was polished, her voice steady, but it didn't add up. Ryan trapped? He'd been the one pushing for a big wedding, planning our honeymoon in Greece, talking about our future kids. You expect me to believe that? I said. You knew about my family, about Claire. This isn't just an affair, Tara. This is revenge. Her face changed then, a flash of something dark crossing her features. Claire, she said, her voice low. You think this is about her? Your sister was a liar, Lily. She acted perfect, but she wasn't. She ruined my life, and your family let her. Ruined your life? I snapped. You spread lies about her. You tried to sabotage her future. And Claire's gone, Tara. She died. Why come after me? She stood, her hands gripping the desk. You don't get it. Your family always thought you were better than everyone else. Claire got everything. UCLA, the scholarships, the perfect life. I was left with nothing. And now you, with your perfect wedding, your perfect fiancé, I couldn't let it happen. I stepped back, her words sinking in. This wasn't just about Ryan. It was about a grudge she'd nursed for a decade, a wound she'd turned into a weapon. So you seduced Ryan to ruin me? She laughed, bitter. He was easy. A few compliments, a few late nights. He didn't take much convincing. I left, my mind reeling. Tara's confession confirmed it. She'd orchestrated this to destroy me, to tear apart my family's happiness. But Ryan wasn't innocent. He'd written those emails, met her in hotels, lied to my face. I confronted him that night after he got home from a work dinner. I laid the emails on our kitchen counter, my voice shaking but firm. Explain this, Ryan. He froze, his eyes darting to the papers. Lily, I can explain, he stammered, but his voice cracked. It's not what you think. Tara came on to me. She said she'd ruin the wedding, expose things about your family. I was trying to protect you. Protect me? I laughed, the sound raw. You slept with her, Ryan, for months. You wrote those emails. You bought her a necklace. Don't lie to me. He sank onto a chair, his head in his hands. I messed up, okay? She got in my head. She said she knew things about Claire, about your parents. She said she'd tell everyone if I didn't go along with it. I didn't want to lose you. What about Claire? I demanded. What did she tell you? He hesitated, then spilled. Tara had told him Claire's death wasn't an accident, that my parents had pushed her too hard, stressed her out until she took risks hiking alone. Tara said she was getting revenge, ruining my wedding to hurt my family. She's crazy, Lily, Ryan said. I should have told you, but I thought I could handle it. I thought I could keep her quiet. I didn't know what to believe. Tara's story painted Ryan as the aggressor. Ryan's painted Tara as a manipulator. Both were liars, but Tara's grudge gave her motive. Ryan's betrayal, though, cut deeper. He'd had a choice, and I spent the night weighing my options, my heart torn between anger and grief. I thought about Claire, how she'd fought Tara's lies and still shone. I thought about my parents, who'd lost one daughter and didn't deserve to lose me to this. I thought about Ryan, who I'd loved so fiercely, and wondered if I'd ever really known him. By morning, I'd made my choice. The wedding day was perfect, just as Tara had planned. The venue was a cliffside estate, white roses cascading over arches, fairy lights twinkling against the Pacific sunset. I put on my dress, let my bridesmaids curl my hair, and smiled for photos, my heart pounding. Ryan was nervous, his vows shaky at the rehearsal dinner. Tara was everywhere, directing vendors, her clipboard a shield. I watched her, wondering if she sensed the storm coming. At the ceremony, the crowd was a sea of familiar faces. My parents, Ryan's family, friends who'd flown in from across the country. I walked down the aisle, my bouquet trembling in my hands, Ryan waiting at the altar. His eyes were soft, pleading, like he thought we'd get through this. When the officiant asked if anyone objected, I raised my hand. The crowd gasped, a ripple of shock spreading through the guests. Ryan's face went pale. Tara, near the back, froze, her clipboard slipping. "I have something to say," I said, my voice cutting through the silence. "Ryan, you've been sleeping with Tara. I have the emails, the receipts. You betrayed me. And Tara, I know about your grudge against my family, against Claire. You planned this to hurt me. But it's over." The room exploded, whispers turning to shouts. My mom stood, her hand over her mouth. Ryan stammered, "Lily, please, let's talk." But I cut him off. "No, you don't get to talk. You made your choice." I turned to Tara, who was inching toward the exit. "You wanted revenge for something my family didn't do. Claire was better than you, and you couldn't stand it. You don't get to touch her memory." I dropped my bouquet and walked off the altar, leaving Ryan stranded. Guests rushed to me, to him, to each other, the ceremony in chaos. Tara vanished, her clipboard abandoned. My dad found me outside, tears streaming as he hugged me. "I'm so proud of you," he said. I didn't feel proud. I felt broken. But I'd taken back something she couldn't steal. The aftermath was brutal. Ryan moved out, his apologies filling my voicemail until I blocked him. Tara's business imploded. Guests posted about the scandal, and her reviews tanked. I moved in with my parents, teaching my kids, trying to rebuild. I hired a private investigator to dig into Tara's past, confirming what Jess had said. Tara had blamed Claire for her own failures, her jealousy festering into obsession. Claire's accident was just that, an accident. But Tara had twisted it into a narrative to justify her revenge. I kept the dress, not for Ryan, but for me. It's in a box, a reminder that I walked away from a lie. I don't know if I'll ever trust like that again, but I'm learning to trust myself. Tara didn't win. Neither did Ryan. I did.